Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. Today is a day that I just got planting my seed potatoes. This is the first time I'm growing them this year. So hopefully you guys will see what I'm doing and learn from what I'm doing, my mistakes and the things I'm doing right. I appreciate all the tips and feedback and support I can get. And let me show you how I got this done today. And we'll get growing. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm really bad at this. You should point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the reins over to Jackson to give it his best shot. Alright.
I'm going to screw up just as bad, but okay.
We'll see how it looks. So mine is on this side and his is on this side, although it's not perfectly straight. He did a much better job than me. He just got the great news that he's been promoted to plower. So he's our little plow guy now. He's gonna plow the rest of this field for us, even though most of it's not for potatoes. This row will be, so stay tuned. Okay, so today, it is officially March 10th, and it's probably my favorite day out of all other days. And the reason for this is today in 2024 is when daylight savings came and all of the normal farmers lost an hour, but I get an hour of sunlight every day now after work. I would get so depressed every day coming home in the dark, leaving for work in the dark. But now I will get 1 extra hour that will eventually probably grow to about 3 hours of light that I get to do my gardening and homesteading. So I'm super happy about that. One of the things that I'm going to tell you is that it still may be a little bit early. I'm following quite a few people. I've got very, very mixed different points of view on when the right time to plant these are. They usually say about 3 weeks before the first frost, which the first frost for us is about 4 weeks out. So I'm still about a month and a week away from the last frost. So I am going to just gamble a little bit here and plant them in the ground. The other thing that kind of stinks for us, and this stinks really bad, is it has rained really hard here the last few weeks, but I also don't want to lose my window. Actually, it rained yesterday, so a lot of this soil isn't going to be exactly how I want it dryness-wise, but to compensate for that, we've also decided that we are not going to cut our potatoes. I have no experience cutting or not cutting, so for me, I'm going to try this first year without cutting. And then I'm gonna see if it's better next year with cutting. We're also gonna have a baseline now of what it's like to plant when it's wet. All right, so let me show you the kind of potatoes. I think it's 5 different varieties of potatoes. It could be 6, depending on if one of them is, one of the unlabeled ones I got is different. But let me show you what we got. All right, guys, so I got you probably have been in a Tractor Supply or a Home Depot and seen seed potatoes in boxes like this. There's only 6 little seed potatoes in here. These are not normal kinds of potatoes. This type right here is called the Purple Majesty. It looks like it's purple inside and out. I'm on kind of a purple kick this year. I'm trying out those GMO purple tomatoes as well. And then this type, it says that they are banana potatoes, and it says that they are banana potatoes, one for their shape, but it also says they're higher in potassium, kind of like a banana, and they do kind of look like a banana. And this one looks pretty good with the seeds. So I've got those 2 varieties. I've also got some, let me pull them out here, some Pontiac Reds. These are sprouting real nice. I got these at my local co-op. It was really helpful that they sell them like this. Then like kind of the standard right out here in this area is called the Yukon Gold. It's a white potato, good sized potato. This is a very popular one out here. I then have kind of a russet style potato. This is similar to what you would see bagged Idaho potato. Very, very common potato that they grow up there in the land of the Idaho. Then I also got two other kinds, and I believe this one was also a red Pontiac, but it wasn't labeled correctly. And this one was the Rural King russet potato, so it could be the same as well. But I'll put the exact name of this one on the bottom of the screen. I got a picture of it when I got it. So I'm going to be planting all these today. So the thing that I'm going to be doing mostly is I'm going to be planting them about 1 foot apart. And before I bury them, I got some 10-10-10 fertilizer that I'm going to sprinkle around before I bury them. Now, I would prefer always going organic. I know that it's better for my soil. This soil has been just abused clay soil, so I haven't really given it a chance. After this potato crop, I'm planning on leaving a few of them in the ground here. I'm also going to have a ton of sugar beets in the ground down this way, and this area is eventually going to get opened up to the pigs and the chickens, and I'm going to let them come in and kind of naturally till it and fertilize it with their poop. And then hopefully I'll build some good soil, get some chip drops in here, and really get this to be soil instead of just dirt, so I don't need to use as much fertilizer. Because honestly, with my schedule, going organic and having to come out here every other week with very expensive, less effective fertilizer isn't really a path that I'm wanting to go down right now. Sorry if that wind is really cutting into the mic. The synthetic fertilizers I know aren't very good for the health of the soil and the longevity of the soil in the long run, so I honestly don't want to do that for very many seasons as well. I can't imagine though doing this without a plow. We borrowed a plow from our neighbors. Jackson and I kind of took turns, and he ended up doing much better, so I promoted him to plow boy. So he'll be doing the plowing from now on. Probably need to get my own single plow for the size tractor I have, because the double plow is just way too much. All right, so I'm gonna open up some of these trenches a little bit more. Looks like with the rain and some things walking over it, they've kind of opened up. Once they're open, it'll make it much easier for me to throw down the different varieties of potatoes, and we can get started on the planting. All right, guys, so I'm back. I decided to take on an easier row that he plowed much better, because that would have, I felt like I needed to just go get the plow again. We were learning though. So this very first one that I'm gonna plant is called a Pontiac Red. I already went over that, but how I'm gonna plant all of these is I'm gonna find the cluster that has the most sprouts. I'm gonna plant that facing upward. That way they're going the right direction towards the soil. So like I said, I'm gonna do about 1 foot apart in my spacing on these. On to the next type. All right, now I'm going for the Yukon Gold. These potatoes in this bag are a little bigger, so I might have less of a row of them. But same rule applies, planting it face up. Seed potato has a good start. On to the next variety. Sorry, Sprout came out, my dog, and she really messed up my planting of the russets. So actually I had to run back up to the house and get a rake to cover this stuff anyway. I think it's always best when you go to one of these seed stores to plant or to pick out your own, because this bag I didn't pick out. And a lot of these are soft, and not sure how the russets are going to take off, but we'll see. All right, we're going to get the Rural King ones. We'll be right back. All right, I got the 2 different varieties from Rural King. It looks like an onion seed got accidentally put in my bag, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put that in the ground there. I'm gonna do the brown one from Rural King first. Like I told you guys earlier, I'll put the name down on the bottom. This is a larger russet style potato. One thing about Rural King versus the other places, these didn't really have very good spuds coming off, so they might be a little bit behind. And also, I didn't get 10 pounds of these. I got about 4 pounds of each of these different sizes, so there's going to be less of these to plant, much smaller sections. So I figured all my little small crops could probably go in this row right here with them. After I'm done with these, I'm going to do the red ones, and I'm really curious if they're just Pontiac Reds. If they are, I mean, there's no harm here, but it is also something of what I'm trying to do is plant different varieties to see how they do. So this would be kind of a wasted opportunity to plant something different, but it's not like I had another variety anyway, so just more potatoes for us, I guess. Still trying to figure out how my darn little puppy got out. I'm at the far end of the property and she was just running over the field to me. All right, I'm gonna go get the Home Depot seed potatoes. See if they're any better. All right, I'll be right back. All right, this little trench on this far side probably won't get used for anything else, and it's small, so I'm gonna go ahead and utilize it for the purple ones. I will say the purple ones are cool. Like, they've actually got like purple fingers coming out of them, so those sprouts are even purple. So perhaps even our potato plant will be purple. We shall see. And now the banana potatoes, they're pretty cool too. All right guys, I'm gonna finish these off camera. I'll be back with the fertilizing and then we'll actually cover them up. So see you in just a sec. All right, so now I'm using a 10-10-10 fertilizer. You guys can see it on the end of the shovel. It's very fine, slow release. What I'm gonna do is just gently sprinkle don't want to go too much. Too much nitrogen in the beginning will actually be counterproductive for us. It'll burn them. So fertilizing instructions have not been super clear to me online, so I don't know if the ratio I have is good. But like I said, this is our first year. You guys are seeing how much I'm putting on. That's not that much. So this 14-pound bag I had, I think is going to be able to do more than all that I need for my potatoes. We shall see though. I'm gonna finish the rest of the fertilizing off camera. You guys can, you get the idea of how I'm doing it. All right guys, now it's the time that we've all been waiting for and I've been dreading, which is the burying portion. So the one thing I forgot to mention is you do want to bury them about 6 inches deep. And the reason for that is because they need to be under the ground a little bit in order for them to expand. I've also been told that it's not the best idea to like pack them like this, and it's better to have kind of the free flowing dirt. You just got to make sure that there aren't a bunch of open spots. So if you're not going to step on them, you might have to mound it a little bit. But we'll show you guys me doing this. It's just going to be a lot of work, so expect fast forward mode to go on, or me having like 20 Red Bulls. I'll look like I'm going 100 miles an hour. You guys get the idea. I'll save the film. All right, so we just got done planting our seed potatoes. You saw how we did it. I'm gonna publish this video as a how to plant seed potato video, but I'm also gonna use this information in these clips to have a longer video at the end of the season, just showing how to grow them and all the way to harvest and what our success is like. So if you like what you're seeing here, subscribe to our channel, and I promise you, as long as I'm still alive, those updates will come, and you'll be able to see if this way of gardening and planting potatoes is a successful way that you should copy. So until our next update, we'll catch you later. Bye.